All right, well, good morning. Today is the beginning of the second 9 weeks. First 9 weeks is in the books. As I've told all of my classes here in my physical classroom, if you liked your grade from the first 9 weeks, and most of the grades, I should say, all of the grades are your final grades now in focus. So whatever grade you see now in focus for the first 9 weeks, that's the grade you earn. So if you like what you see, then keep doing what you've been doing. However, if you don't like what you see, if you got a grade lower than you think you want to get, then change up what you've been doing. Right? Get work done on time. Do the readings. Be prepared when we take quizzes. The quizzes in this class have all been open book, open reading. You've had the resources there to use. However, if you haven't done the reading ahead of time, if you haven't worked on the questions ahead of time, then it should be clear to you that it's not as much as an advantage to be able to use the reading, right? If I haven't gone through this, if I'm not familiar with this reading before that clock starts on the quiz, then this is going to be of limited use. I apologize for the bell. It's the beginning of lunchtime here at Lincoln. But this reading won't be as useful to you if you haven't already done the reading. So make sure you're keeping up with the readings. Make sure you know everything that I've posted in Focus. I'm sorry, in Canvas, and use those resources. For instance, today I posted a video in the Unit 3 Westward Expansion module to a video, the West Heartland episode of America: The Story of Us. We're not watching that in class, most likely. It's not an assignment. It's not a graded assignment. However, I posted it there for you. It's got some great resources in it. It has a great overview and review of some of the important concepts for this unit. So why not spend the 40 minutes or so watching it? It would be helpful, I think. However, it's not required. One really important policy change for this 9 weeks, and I hope everyone is watching this video, especially if you have not been sitting in this classroom. The one important policy update or change for this 9 weeks is really not a change. It's this policy that's listed in the syllabus that was provided to you at the beginning of the school year. Any late work in this second 9 weeks will not be eligible for full credit. So if you turned in work late in the first 9 weeks, even if you turned it in the last day I accepted it, if it was complete, you got 100% credit. That will not be the case beginning in the second 9 weeks. I hope everyone hears this, okay? Once the due date is passed for an assignment, for instance, today's assignment that is posted in Canvas, the due date is tomorrow at 11:59 p.m., okay? If you haven't done that assignment and turned it in by the due date, it's late. The most you can receive is 50% of the grade, okay? So if it's a 20-point assignment, the best you can do is 10 points. And you don't have to be very good in math to know that if you receive 50% on too many assignments, it's going to be very difficult to get what you want to get in this course. So get things done on time. Do it yourself. I know it's easy to cheat on a lot of these assignments and never get caught. Some of you did get caught, however, in the first 9 weeks, and you didn't get credit for those assignments. But even if you don't get caught, you're not going to be learning the material. You're not going to be as prepared for the quizzes and the test. You're not going to do as well on them as perhaps you would like to do, or as I would certainly like for you to do. Okay, so important policy change on late work. Make sure you know it. Make sure you're aware of it. There won't be any exceptions. Attendance questions and Zoom. If you are in 5th period Digital Academy class, you must be doing attendance questions every class day between 11:45 and 2 o'clock in order to be counted present. Okay, that does not apply. It's not the same policy if you are in one of my brick and mortar classes and sent home on temporary digital. Okay, but if you are in Digital Academy, you must do that attendance question each time we have class in order to be marked present for that particular class period. For fifth period Digital Academy students and for all those students sent home for temporary digital on quarantine, okay, you are all welcome to my fifth period open Zoom, which takes place each fifth period from 12 o'clock noon to 12:30, okay? If you can't make it, if you're not in fifth period, if you're on temporary digital and you need to talk to me through Zoom and you can't make it to that particular Zoom meeting time because you have something else going on in your fifth period class, then reach out to me and we can set up a separate Zoom call or time to meet in Zoom, okay? When reaching out to me, I know a lot of you are still sending me messages through Canvas. Those messages do not come to me right away. They don't pop up on my phone. I don't see them right away unless I go looking for them, and I don't go looking for them all of the time. However, if you want to make sure to get a hold of me in the quickest, most efficient way, the number that's on the home screen for your course in Canvas, there's a phone number there. If you text that phone number and let me know who you are, I respond pretty quickly to those texts, and those that are using that number would be able to tell you that they get a pretty quick response through that means. Okay, that's the quickest way to get a hold of me. And of course, you're always welcome to come into open Zooms during fifth period from 12 to 12:30. Let's see what else we have here. Today's assignment is posted already. We're continuing on in our westward expansion reading. The questions that are posted today cover two of the sections, 17.2 and 17.3. 17.1 and 17.4 were sections we did at the end of the first 9 weeks, okay? While those grades are already in the grade book, they still remain important for the quiz that's coming up, the end of unit quiz that will be coming up here pretty quickly, okay? So make sure you get on that. Again, make sure you get those in on time, okay? Since I just mentioned a few minutes ago, this policy update on late work, okay? When turning in assignments, I've changed the method that's acceptable in the assignment. So today's assignment, when you go in there and you try to turn in an assignment, if you're turning in a Word document, it's not going to accept it. If you're turning in a JPEG, it's not going to accept it. The only one that it will accept is a PDF file, okay? And I've told you guys this before. It's very difficult to read some of the stuff that you're turning in, and you're losing credit for it, okay? So if you take a picture of your work with your phone using Microsoft Lens, it will save as a PDF and you can submit that directly to Canvas, okay? If you take a picture, take the picture so that I can read everything on the page. Some of you guys are laying your work flat, taking it from an angle. It makes it very difficult for me to read your work, and if I can't read it, I can't give you full credit for it, okay? So your job as a student is to make it as easy as possible on me to read your work and give you credit. I want to give you that credit, but if I can't read your work, you make it impossible for me, okay? So we are limiting the type of work that I will accept to just PDFs, okay? If you turn it in JPEGs, it's not going to accept it. You have to convert that to a PDF. The easiest way to do it is using Microsoft Lens, the app for Microsoft Lens. If you have the Microsoft OneDrive loaded onto your phone and tied to your school account, that's fantastic. It has Lens already integrated into that app. So it's kind of downloading one app will get you two features. You'll be able to save all your work in Microsoft OneDrive, and you'll also be able to use Lens to scan your work and send in a PDF file, okay? I think that's it for today. I've gone way longer than I'd like to. There's almost 10 minutes. Usually these are 2, 3, 4 minutes max. So I hope you got to the end of this video. Very important information. If you have any questions, remember, send me a text on that number. Show up to Zoom today between 12 and 12:30. One last point. I will be posting a pretty short lecture video into the module later today at some point, hopefully in the next, sometime before fifth period is over, hopefully today, that will cover some pretty important information that the reading doesn't cover, and you'll want to make sure to get in there and take a look at that, okay? All right, well, I hope you guys all have a great afternoon, and we'll see you in a couple of days.